What's up, you guys? It's Haley. Welcome back to my channel. I'm making a latte. I just got off work. It's 5 o'clock and I am making some caffeine. It's the Four Sigmatic coffee latte mix. So anyway, welcome to today's video. We're starting in the kitchen. This is gonna be a reading vlog. I've been meaning to start this book and start this vlog for a while. This video is going to be a reading vlog though, and I will be reading, ta-da! The Fourth Wing, which is like everywhere still right now. I think this book was published, it was published a couple months ago now, for those of you that don't know. And there was like a craze when it was published, for this special edition. And like, if you look on Mercari, it's being sold, ooh, it's being sold for like hundreds of dollars and all this crazy stuff. I wasn't actually gonna pick it up. I was so lucky though. I was in Target one day like a week after it came out, and the craze had already begun, but it wasn't like what it is now. Ooh, my latte's ready. Hold on. Here's what it looks like. It's not super mushroomy, so don't worry about that. I feel like people don't want to drink stuff like this because they get dissuaded by it saying mushroomy. Doesn't taste like mushrooms to me. As I was saying, I think. Yeah, so this book has been everywhere lately, and I happened to be at Target like right after it came out. And the craze had already started. Like, I heard stuff like, oh, have you seen this book? I'm looking to buy this book. And it was like already kind of crazy, but not to the extent it is now. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just grab it in case I want to read it. So that's why I grabbed it. And it is this version. I can't believe people sell this for like $200 or $300 now. It's crazy. I haven't read any spoilers. All I know is it's like dragons and horniness. That's like all I've heard about it. So now that I have my little latte, let's go read the first chapter and see if it's worth the hype. We got the book. It's time to read, y'all. It's time to read. Okay, I started reading. I need to go get my glasses. I know it's dark in here. It's dark in the house. Anyway, I started reading it, but it's too soon to have any kind of opinion. The first chapter is only 20 pages. So I'll just come back and update you guys later. But I wanted to stop because there's a new K-drama that just came out today that I want to watch. It's called June and June. It's a K-drama BL, so I'm switching from reading to watching, and I'll be back with you guys sometime later with an update on this. I know this is gonna be a reading vlog, but I feel like I should do some more K-drama vlogs too. But anyway, yeah, so I'm switching gears now. It's about 10 days after I started the vlog for reading this. I just got sidetracked. I'm still only on page 19 because I had to start over because I didn't really remember chapter 1. I gotta be honest, since it's been 10 days. But I just have to read you this, okay? So one of the people warns her away from, what's his name? Zayden, right? That's the love interest. And on page 18, already, so soon, okay? The third guy turns in my direction and my heart simply stops. He's tall with wind-blown black hair and dark brows. The line of his jaw is strong and covered by warm, tawny skin and dark stubble. And when he folds his arms across his torso, the muscles in his chest and arms ripple, moving in a way that makes me swallow. And his eyes are the shade of gold-flecked onyx. The contrast is startling. Jaw-dropping even. Everything about him is. His features are so harsh that they look carved, and yet they're astonishingly astonishingly perfect. Like, an artist worked on a lifetime of sculpting him, and at least a year of that was spent on his mouth. He's the most exquisite man I've ever seen. And ready for the next one, Ryerson? The writer with the ripped sleeve says, Zayden Ryerson. Of course, page 18. We're just getting right down to it, aren't we? The enemies to lovers, immaculate stuff we can make fun of for days. Anyway, I just had to read that to you guys. Here we go again with the gloomy. I guess they are gloomy characters, huh? But anyway, I'm still on chapter 1. I'm almost on chapter 2, and I mean, you just gotta love, like we make fun of it so hardcore, but you just gotta love enemies to lovers crap. Enemies to lovers again at its finest. You're Fen Ryerson's son, I counter. Oh yeah, like he's the only one who has the right to hate here? Your father killed my older brother. Seems like we're even. Hardly. Your sister's a writer. Guess that explains the leathers. Guess so. I'm back sometime later the same day. Okay, so I've read till chapter 8 now. So I guess she has a dead brother that we're learning more about. So I think there are 3 siblings. She has a sister, Mira, a dead brother. Her mom is like some good but like killing sergeant or something. It just like I don't know. I can't help but be excited for the enemies to lovers relationship dynamic because I love that. But I'm like 88 pages in, and it just feels like the same typical build up as to any like fantasy hero story kind of line. So I'm failing to see like the crazy goodness of it so far. But I guess I should have warned that there will be spoilers in this vlog, just FYI. So she just like was spying on Zayden's meeting of people, and she was like, oh, he's trying to protect these people, I'm not gonna tattle on him because it's illegal to meet with more than 3 people or something. And he's like, oh, interesting, like maybe she's not like her killer mom after all. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I like it, but I feel like I'm not going to be that impressed with it. Like, I think overall it'll just be another fantasy, but I don't know. I still have like 500 pages left, so yeah, I'm going to read a little bit more, and then I'm going to go watch a K-drama, so probably see you guys next time I pick up the book. Guys, I'm on page 178. She got 2 dragons. She bonded 2 dragons. I'm so proud of her. Taryn is a real piece of work. A real piece of dragon work. But it's interesting to see that the author gave them such personalities. And she bonded to 2. And now all hell is gonna break loose, apparently, because it's probably never happened before. They're gonna be like, oh my god, she's the chosen one. Just like every single other fantasy book with a female character in it. So yeah, that's where we're at now. Chapter 16. It's 10:15. I might read 1 or 2 more chapters because I apparently can't put this book down. Yeah, that's where we're at. Oh my god, though. She bonded 2 dragons. I wonder if Zayden's gonna be proud of her. Wait, you guys. Wait. Page 185. Guess what we just learned? Oh my god, why didn't I see this coming? The dragon that chose her, Taryn, is the strongest bonded pair, like, ever. And he's bonded with Scale, whatever, Sgaeyl. Guess whose dragon she is? Of course, Zayden's dragon. This is so silly. Oh my god. Of course they're bonded. We know what that means for our two enemies. Sorry, I just like had to come on and give a reaction to that because oh my god. What are you saying? They're a mated pair, Taryn and Scale. The strongest bonded pair in centuries. My mind whirs. Mated pairs can't be separated for long or their health diminishes, so they're always stationed together. Always, which means, oh god. I can't. Okay, going back to reading this ridiculous craziness. Zayden said, Sorengil is the last person on the continent I'd ever want to be chained to me. I didn't do this. The dragon chose her all on his own. Not because Zayden's fated mate needed help, or told him to. Not needed help. So it begins. Here we go, the bonding. So basically, as we now know, they're tethered, which is also like, I feel like the same word that Sarah J. Maas used in her books. But because the two dragons are interdependent, like if anything happens to like the dragon's mates, like the human mates, then the dragons are in so much pain, and because it causes pain in one dragon, it causes pain in their mate, and then kaboom, like everybody's so sad they all die pretty much. So now she's tethered to Zayden through dragons. I see how this is all playing out. Interesting. I'm on page 189 now. It's getting later and later, and I guess I'm not gonna have any time tonight to watch because I'm too busy reading. Oh, and I forgot there's a love triangle, but not really a love triangle, for her best friend Dane, who's like one of the squad leaders or something. So then again, the power of seniority. But anyway, she doesn't care about him anymore because she's falling for Zayden, and he just kissed her, and she's like, oh, this isn't the one I want to kiss. So there's that kind of a love triangle, if you like love triangle tropes. Hopefully you've read this by now when you're watching this, just for reactions, because, yeah, anyway. After years, Dane is finally kissing me, but the thrill is gone in less than a heartbeat. There's no heat, no energy, no sharp slice of lust. Disappointment sours the moment, but not for Dane. He's all smiles as he pulls away. It was over in an instant. It was everything I've ever wanted, except I don't want it anymore. Oh, okay, so really, the love triangle is just him being in love with her, and her being in love with someone new soon, because they're all bonded. Okay, I'm way too excited about this. What's up, you guys? I just want to give an update on this. Hopefully it's not a boring reading vlog. Sorry if it is, but anyway, I sped through a lot of it last night. I'm now on page 280, I think, and they just kissed because some horny dragons were doing it, and they were also feeling it. She and Zayden just kissed. I don't know, man. I have a love-hate relationship with this because at the same time, like, I can't help but really be into it. And also at the same time, I know that it's like hyped up for not a lot of reason. Like, I feel like there's a lot of other amazing books that are fantasy and like enemies to lovers, romance, and that kind of stuff that don't get the kind of hype that this has been getting. But it's just so fun, and yeah, so I'm on page 280. I stayed up until like midnight reading it last night. I can't help it. There's something that just like makes it fly by so quickly. And I'm not demeaning the author or anything, but I don't know that it's like her, there's something about her storytelling ability that like that makes it just like go by really fast, because I don't really think that it's that or original. It's just like something about it. I don't know. It's like super enticing. I think the world building is super interesting, and I'm probably going to wind up giving it a 4 or 5 stars unless she really tanks the ending, but I already know that there's the sequel coming out in November, so maybe I'll pre-order it when I finish this one. But I don't know. I think it's like really the world building. I think she has done a good job thus far with the world building. I would like to see it develop some more and like learn more about like the history, and like, because we're learning like a lot about like the dragons and stuff, and now we know that like people can have powers or magic from the different dragons, and we're learning a lot about like the bonds that dragons and humans form together. This all sounds so ridiculous saying it out loud, but anyway. And so like, yeah, it's really interesting. I don't think the cast of characters is too big or too small. It's like a manageable amount. And I'm glad that this didn't really wind up being that love triangle-y, because her best friend turned out to be kind of a butthole. So I don't like how he treats her. He manhandled her a lot of the first half of the book, I'd say. And so I'm glad that she's kind of, like, I do think he has her best interest at heart. I'm talking about Dane. But I also think he thinks he knows everything, and like, I don't know. He's just been super manhandly with her, and I don't really love that. Anyway, she doesn't wind up with him anyway. We all know that. So I'm curious to see what the second half of the book is like. I think I'm about a little over 50% of the way through. And so maybe I'll speed read through the rest of it tonight. I don't know. But yeah, that's where we're at today with Fourth Wing. I tried this matcha that I showed you guys, and I put a little bit of half and half and a little bit of sugar in it, and it's good. I need like one of those blender thingies, whatever the mixer thingies are called. But yeah, it was a really rainy day. I got to work from home today. Some stuff happened at the office, so here I am, and let's just get back into reading about dragons. I'm taking a reading break because I just got some beautiful, exciting, stunning book mail. She's so pretty. Bring Me Your Midnight by Rachel Griffin just came out yesterday, and she just came into my doorstep today. Gotta show you guys this copy. Hold on, it's so pretty. She is stunning. Rachel Griffin is like one of my favorites. Rebecca Ross, I need to read Divine Rivals. I actually just ordered the UK edition from what are they called? Waterstones, because the UK edition is so pretty. So it came with a bookmark, my pre-order, and then she signed it to me. And there's like so many pages. Anyway. And then this is like the first press edition. If you pre-ordered it, you had like you would probably most likely get this copy. But the naked cover is stunning. And then, so this is the first end page. I'm giving you like a tour of this book. And then here's her book sleeve. And then here's the end of the book. End page. Look how stunning it is. It's so pretty. And she's like absolutely my favorite. I love all her characters, and The Nature of Witches is like my favorite book of the year. I think 2020 or 2021, whenever it came out. I absolutely adored the two main characters that fell in love with each other. So I'm very excited. This is her third novel, I believe. So yeah. So he's giving her a sword that he had carved for her, and here it is. The ease with which he had me on my back is simultaneously appalling and ridiculously hot, especially with the weight of his hips settled between my thighs. And then she remembers that he said, "It was a mistake." Hi again. I'm on page 362 now, and I think she just discovered her power. Lightning wielder? Interesting. There's a lot of, apparently now Zayden and I can never remember the character's name. Violet. Apparently now they also have a connection to speak into each other's minds. So there's been a lot of mind flirtiness going on. I must say I didn't really know like what kind of expectation I would have going into this book, because like people are like, oh, dragons and smut. But I got like, it's much more of a build up than actual like any like sexy scenes, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of impressed with it, because like it does leave you on the edge, or at least me on the edge of my seat, like wanting more between them and their interactions and all the flirtiness and stuff. Like I can't wait for it to explode, because we just like the smut. But yeah, but we just discovered I think she's a lightning wielder. So now I'm on chapter 29. Okay, I know I keep saying it, but spoilers, guys. I'm not done yet. I'm almost done. I'm on page 438. Hopefully I'm gonna finish it tonight. It's almost 10 o'clock, but oh my god, the biggest betrayal just happened. I feel like this whole book is all about being predictable, but not seeing it as the reader, because like I'm so busy being so absorbed into it. But oh my god, you guys. Of course he's on like pretty much like the resistance team. But I feel like maybe you could predict that with like going back to the beginning of the book when she was spying on him when he was meeting in the quad with like those other people. I don't know. I just feel like it's so good, but at the same time it's super predictable. But maybe that's what makes it so good. And apparently her dragons were in on it, and so like now it's gonna be interesting to see the rest. I think there's like 50 pages left to have, and then what, the sequel comes out in November, I think. So it's not that long. We're in August, September, October. So I only have to wait 3 months. I'm definitely gonna pre-order the second one. But oh my god, I'm so afraid that I'm gonna be cliffhanged on the end. Okay, back to reading. Guess who just finished 4th week? I knew it. I knew it. I knew her brother was still alive. I just knew it. I can't believe I have to wait 3 months for the next book now. Okay, it's almost 11 o'clock. I finished the book. Final thoughts to come tomorrow. Let's chat. I did predict, okay, major spoilers. This whole video has been spoilers, but if you haven't logged off, now's the time. If you haven't gotten to the end of the book, I did kind of predict, and I did think that her brother was still alive. So I'm not shocked that's like the cliffhanger they went with. Yeah, but overall, I wanted this to be like a hate read. I really did. Just because like, I'm like, is it really that good to be true? It really is. And the more that I sit and marinate with it, like her world building is just so good. The dragons are so good. Like her dialogue, it's witty, it's funny. And it's like the person who was supposed to care for her the most, Dane, like turned out to be a total dick. And you go back and you realize that like every time he's touching her, like it's literally to read her mind. And he's just such a butthole. So I'm glad that he's like, hopefully maybe he'll die in the next book, a slow torturous death. But and then Zayden is just like, he's quiet and he's broody, of course, that's who we like here. And he also just like, I mean, he's the one for her. Sorry, my messages are coming in, so I just got distracted. But he's the one for her, and he cares about her, like, through his actions, even if he doesn't always say it. So I feel like the next book, apparently I was told that it's a 5-book deal. So the next book comes out in November, so there's not a super long wait. This book comes to us before the Sarah J. Maas book. Crazy. But hopefully in the next book, I feel like it's going to be a lot of them like figuring out their feelings towards each other and there's still gonna be like a lot of pining and lustiness, I feel like, but I feel like they're not gonna be together because she doesn't trust him now that she knows that he's been working on the opposing team. But I don't know, and now her brother's alive, so like we'll have to see where that goes with that. I'm curious to see like if Mira like knows that her brother is alive and just also lied to her whole life. I don't know, it should be interesting. And if Mira didn't notice, she switched sides. I don't know. So the family dynamics, I'm super interested to see what happens with that. And yeah, it's just like a fantasy, man. I couldn't give it anything less. So yeah, I did like this. If you were looking for a hate vlog, this is not it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. And I will see you guys in the next video. Back to K-pop things probably. But I have some other books that I want to read and do if you like this style of video. So sorry, I thought like I wanted to go sit at a cafe and read and like do more like aesthetically pleasing reading scenes, but it just didn't happen. So I know this was a very rambly like read and chat kind of vlog, but I have so many books. I'm in the process of trying to like sell a lot of my books and clear out space in my room, but I don't want to like waste like all the books that I've already been like gifted from publishers and books that I've bought. So I'm really trying to like read my physical TBR and what I have in addition to like unloading them and selling them and all that stuff. So anyway, stick around, subscribe if you're new. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, if you read Fourth Wing, please drop your thoughts down below. I just want to talk about this book some more, so let's just do that. All right, peace. Bye, guys.